This was me, ABC poker, getting shoved around. Weak, boring, predictable. Then I stopped waiting for cards, and I started fighting. It was dangerous and profitable. Now this is your saga. I learned to fight. Now I'll teach you. Ben Riggs. Let's get to work. This is a move I call the Silent Condor. The condor is not looking for a fight. It observes. Then it feeds. This is just one of my many Redline Warrior moves. You can check out more on my website. I'm talking about when a player insta-folds right from the blinds. Let's become experts in how to handle this right now. These are usually ABC players that are just clicking buttons. Usually they're doing something else. They might be good. I'm not putting them down, but let's take advantage of this. This is all especially true if they're playing multiple tables. Now, let me make a disclaimer for the comment lawyers. This doesn't work all of the time. Now I'm going to get 100 comments if this doesn't work all the time. Okay, here's what I want you to do. When you see a player doing this in the blinds, take a quick note. IF is good. Insta-fold. The second thing I want you to know is that this strategy works the best against really tight players. Players playing like 17-15, for example. So now when you see this, I want you to assume that this player is probably distracted. This type of player is a little bit more likely to play their cards and not think about your cards. They might even have a browser open, they're watching Netflix or playing a game or something in the background. They're probably not paying much attention. As an intermediate Redline Warrior, the first thing I want you to adjust in this situation is your raise size. Another thing I want you to do as an intermediate is increase your stealing range against this player, in position or not, to 50%. In other words, you're raising 50% of the deck against this player. Just start with those minor adjustments. Now we're going to get a little bit more advanced. At the brown belt level, you should be taking more notes about this player. At the very least, when he does it a second time, put IF2. When he does it a third time, IF3, etc. The higher this number gets, the more likely it is that this player is just grinding ABC and paying attention to something else. We're also going to expand our note-taking about the situation. Are they insta-folding in position or out of position? All you need are two separate notes, IF and IFBS. By BS, I mean a small blind versus big blind stealing situation. Another more advanced thing we can do is we can increase our frequencies based on his fold stats. The simple adjustment was 50%, but in some cases we might go 66% or 100%. Do you know how much folds you need to steal the blinds with any two cards? And then the next step is to look at his post-flop stats. For example, does he fold to flop C-bets 80% of the time? We're going to increase our opening frequencies to 100% against players like this and C-bet every flop. You're going to be like, sir, I hope you're enjoying watching that movie reaction on YouTube. While you're not watching the poker table, I'm going to take some of your chips. After a few insta-folds, and when we have a good read, we're going to take it to an expert level. It's very unlikely that a distracted ABC tag player like this is going to make adjustments against you personally. So when the math is right, just steal fold all day. What I mean is, you can steal all you want, and you could fold to his 3-bets all you want. It's not like a player like this is likely to pick up on what you're doing and start 3-betting you with Jack-6 suited. So when this kind of player is flatting or 3-betting, we can take them at face value for their actions. Sure, they'll still have some bluffs, but they're going to be a measured amount of semi-bluffs. Follow his range on your HUD if it's available. And if the sample is small, just make assumptions based on his PFR. Here is our expert level advantage. At the expert level, we should realize that a player like this is very unlikely to reg war. Another thing to know is that we know his cards. We know exactly what he's playing. We can fold all we want. We can 4-bet precisely against his 3-bet range. For example, is it 8% or 15% or 25%? We know exactly what adjustment to make. I cover the specifics of these adjustments extensively in my member videos. So there it is. If you see a player insta-folding, make these adjustments. It'll help your redline. Come train with me. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I'll see you at the dojo.